Hello everyone, my name is Pravesh and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to share my submission for Dev.to AssemblyAI Hackathon, in which I built a web app called 𝗕𝗂𝗶𝗹𝗁 voice agent. So it's a voice-driven philosophical assistant where you can speak a question and it responds like a modern day Socrates. So let me first show you how it works. So open your browser and head over to 𝗕𝗂𝗶𝗹𝗁𝗃.𝗁𝗏.com. Here you have your application running. So click on start recording. You can ask your philosophical question and then click on stop recording. So let me do that. Can you explain me the meaning of life in one sentence?
The meaning of life isn't a destination to be found, but a journey of creating meaning through connection, contribution, and conscious awareness, embracing both joy and suffering as integral parts of the human experience.
Oh, behind the scene, here's what happened. So AssemblyAI transcribes your speech to text. The text is passed to Gemini, which generates a thoughtful philosophical response, and the response is sent back to Flask backend, which renders it on the screen as we have seen, and finally a voice speaks out using JavaScript's speech synthesis API. So these are the screenshots of the application. You can see that, and here is the workflow. So the tech stack used in this project is Flask, which serves as the core backend, Gemini API to generate the philosophical answer, AssemblyAI for transcription, and JavaScript for controlling speech and stopping it. And last we have AWS EC2 instance and Nginx for deployment and serving the app securely. So let me now briefly walk you through the code. So first we have the app.py file. So it has the Flask app to handle the routes. It renders the HTML and it handles /upload post request and saves the audio and sends it to AssemblyAI and Gemini, and at last it returns the response here. Okay, so after that we have our transcription.py file. Here we have specified our AssemblyAI API key. I have saved it inside the 𝗕𝗂𝗶 variable, and it contains the function transcribe audio that sends the audio to AssemblyAI and return the transcript. So then we have our Gemini.py. So here we have also specified our Gemini key and the Gemini model as 2.0 Flash. And here it takes the transcript and returns a Gemini generated philosophical response. So you can see the question prompt that you are a wise philosopher and answer deeply. Here we have the user specified prompt, and after that the philosopher say is the response.text that we are receiving from the Gemini. Okay, at last we have our script.js file. So this is basically handling all the start recording, stop the voice, etc. thing. So it controls recording and stopping. It sends the audio blob to Flask backend and speaks out the response using browser speech synthesis. So I also have provided a particular voice for that, which is this male thing. I have tried many others, but that didn't fit quite very well. So that's it. And to deploy everything on EC2 instance, I wrote a fully automation script using Bash. So here it is, script.setup.sh. So in this, we first update the system and install the required packages, which include Python, pip, Nginx, and Git. Then we clone our GitHub repository. This is the GitHub repo URL. Then we set up Python virtual environment and install the dependency. Here you can see that. Pip install requirement.txt. Then we run the app using Nginx and set up systemd service to ensure that the app is running on reboot. So here you can see that we are defining the system service, and here we are just enabling the service. After that we are configuring our Nginx. So before doing that, I just go to my EC2 instance. Here I attach elastic IP to this instance. So you can see that. So this is the elastic IP, and I have attached this IP to my instance, and in my DNS I have added this as an A record. So let me show you that. So here we have the DNS, see here philosophy, and here we have provided the static IP. Okay, so after providing that, I just use this script and provided the server name as 𝗕𝗂𝗶𝗵𝗺 and I provided the proxy pass. Here we have specified that our application is running on port 8000. You can see that here, and we are just proxy passing it to port 80, and here are some headers that we are specifying so that our application works fine. Here we are specifying our static folder which contain the script.js file, and these are the error log and the access log, and below is the TLS certificate for better security. Okay, and at last we are just forwarding all the requests. After that, we are just setting permission for the static folder because I encounter a lot of permission denied error while creating the video. So we are just making sure all the files are owned by the same user, and at last we are just enabling the Nginx config and restarting it. So that's how I deployed this philosophy voice agent on EC2 instance. So on the UI side, let me show you something. So on the front end, I also added a watermark of sockets in the background. You can see that I have just lessened its opacity so that it looks give a classical vibe, and the whole UI is styled inside a single HTML to keep things compact and easy to manage. You can interact with this application, ask a question, and hear your response. It feels really like chatting with a modern philosopher. So this was my submission for the Dev.to AssemblyAI challenge. I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough. Let me know your thoughts in the comment and what would you like me to build next. So if you found this helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated with more DevOps, AI, and full stack content. So till next time, ciao.